energy balance yoga. I had to think, what class is this one? Oh yes, it's energy balance yoga. And that means the magic cards. And I'm just going to see what shows up today. Okay. It's right in the middle, right in the middle. It's a card that was just jumping out. And we have for this week, stay focused. Can you see that? Yes, I think that's clearer. And this lovely Kuthumi, gorgeous, very gentle looking expression, shining. Stay focused. So the eyes for me is like they're focused, laser sharp, but they have that softness around them. And I think that's a good approach. It's a good approach to all of our practice and our practice today. You know, keeping that focus, but keeping that openness at the same time. Everything, you know, we all know. I mean, I'm assuming we all know that it's all one, right? Whatever belief or faith you're coming from. But we have to kind of almost have this dual perspective or be able to embrace all of that for that to become evident. Hence shadow and light, focus and that kind of bigger, you know, sharp focus as well as the bigger bird's eye view, I suppose. And this comes into our practice, embracing the paradox, embracing the polarities, embracing ourselves, embracing the practice. We embrace the practice and it will embrace us. So with that, the clear focus ringing of the bell. Start standing today. Feels like that kind of a day. So standing on the feet. I don't know how else we would stand, but it seems a good place to start. Take a bit of time to find your feet, maybe just placing the left foot down, placing the right foot down, feeling that soft paddiness of the feet and that kind of sensitivity in the feet. We're very aware of the sensitivity in our hands. Maybe you want to rub the hands together just to bring that sensation, that sensitivity into the hands. But we have that same sensitivity available to us in our feet. So we're going to lift the toes up, breathing in, breathing out through the nostrils, lay the toes down. And then we're going to roll into the toes and lift the heels up. So we're really pushing off the toes and holding that for a second. Inhaling and then exhaling, softening and bringing those heels down. So you get that strength and feeling and sensation in the feet. And then we'll just give a little bounce to that. So knees are slightly soft there. So we've already got a bit of bounce going. And then we just let the heels bounce a little bit. But keep the knees bent. Otherwise we're kind of locking and it's not so nice. It's putting too much of a shock through the system. And notice how my arms are already going nice and floppy spaghetti arms. And knees are staying soft, and heels are just bouncing softly against the earth. So it's a soft bounce. We're just shaking all the atoms up a little bit, just shaking up whatever's gone on in the day. The good and the bad, the light and the dark, we bring it together. So we'll just slow that down now. So feet tips width apart, just have a look at them, acknowledge your feet, your point of connection with the ground. Soften the knees. Fingertips just touching, so that sense of focus point. We're bringing the points of the fingers together, we're bringing that clarity there. And the inhale begins, the inspiration, the filling up, the lifting of the heels off the ground, the pushing off the toes, bringing the hands together, hold the breath in for a second, then turn the hands and then breathing out. So there's not really a hold, it's just making that emphasized. Breathing out softly, ending up, squeeze all the breath out, empty, empty, empty. Have a tiny moment where the fingers are touching and you're not breathing in or out, then the inhale comes in. So notice that sense of the breath coming in, filling up, and then wanting to go out. But we're keeping a slight control. So it's not a tight control, it's almost like a valve. So we control that flow of air. The inhale, heels lift up, the arms float up, we're being lifted, elevated by the inhale. And then turn the hands, and then the exhale, the hands come down, the heels come down. So this is what I'm talking about, where we started keeping that focus, but also holding that focus within this oneness. So this is very strong focus, the inhale. We're inhaling to a point where the hands touch and come together, pointed, and then we soften and spread out, and bring the heels down to the earth, and that softness comes in. And we embrace this all in this circle that we're drawing around ourselves. The inhale. This is where we get with our breath, we get with the yoga. union. You know, there's so many different ways to describe that word and what it means. Yoga. To be yoked. To be disciplined. To be unified, harmonious. All of these things. And all these things are good. You know, it might sound a bit like, oh, discipline, that sounds a bit harsh. But self-discipline, which you can also call self-regulation, is very, very desirable, highly desirable. And yoga will give us this, breathing in, coming up. If practiced with our focused, full attention, and, you know, some seriousness, there is some seriousness involved in really taking the breath seriously, take ourselves seriously, then things will change. And if we just go through the motions, you know, like it's an exercise class, then yeah, you might feel a bit better, but nothing's going to really fundamentally change. So it's really giving it our full focus. One more. So we're really taking a bit of time with this one, because this is everything in this. Really lifting and expanding and then breathing out. Heels come down, hands come down. Exhale, let it go. Bring the fingertips together to close. We see that's his heart. And bringing our attention into our heart, we're just going to pummel the heart with the fingers. Yeah. Breathe into the nostrils. Let a bit of breath out through the mouth here. Let that sound reverberate. Inhale. Good. And then let's just rub the back a little bit. Oh, yeah, feels good to do that. Give the back a rub. Then we take that back to the hands, pummel the lower back, hold that area. And then we're just going to come into these Tai Chi twists. So feet a bit wider, wide like your shoulders, knees soft. And we turn on our axis. Let the arms move. Let the arms be moved. So we're turning on our center, keeping the neck nice and long, keeping the spine nice and long, letting the arms be moved. The arms just kind of moving, being quite heavy. The shoulders soft. Breathing in and out through the nostrils, bending into those knees. Exaggerate that bend. And then just slowly letting the arms come to a stop. And then we're going to roll the shoulders back just to get a bit more energy in those shoulders. Now they've been a bit more freed up by loosening the arms and shoulders. I'm going to roll them back. Inhale, exhale. And we'll lift the elbows, let them join in. The arms are coming right up now. So feel the energy coming into your body with the breath being the vehicle. Inhale. Out through the nostrils also. Bend the knees, open. This is like a big, big hello, a big yes to the world. Breathing in and out. Then we go the shoulders forwards. So we're really taking some time to get these joints limbered. Maybe they're feeling a little bit stiff and achy after the day. Bending the knees, rolling the shoulders forwards. Getting the elbows up, slowly rolling, arms coming forwards, bending the knees. Inhale, exhale. Yeah, just filling the body with energy. Then hands come in front and behind. Again, just a little opening in the shoulders. Keep the knees soft or unlocked. Unlocked knees are good. Okay. And then we're just going to bring the hands to the hips, bring the heel to the backside. So moving the legs quite quickly. Try and move them as quickly as you can. Getting the legs energized and activated. If you can get those heels to reach the buttocks, all the better, giving yourself a little bit of a ping there. And with the heel meeting the buttock, and then lift the knees high as if your knees want to reach your chin. Keeping this lovely and open, so rather than bringing the body down to meet the knees, we're keeping that elevated all the time. Long here. Long between the belly button and the sternum. It's important this area is really lifted. The key part, because the opposite, you're going to create slump. You know, the opposite is shortening that, and then this happens, and it's kind of doesn't feel good. Send your mood down. You just try that for a second. It just, oh, the mood comes down. We're looking at the ground, and look what happens to the backache. So always think about this expansion here, and then it's like here I am. I'm here. Oh, let's just also open up the hip. So lift the knee and open out to the side. Yeah, it's a beautiful one. Can you hear any creaks? Any little clicks, pops? And just notice if you are hearing any little creaks, notice how as you move, as you flow, you become less creaky because it's like oiling the joints. The movement creates lubrication in the joints. Isn't that magic? You know, all these things that we just take for granted, and we experience them and realize, wow, that's super magic. It's incredible. So sweep out all the debris. Feet, just check them again, have a look at them, maybe wiggle the toes. Inhale, lift up, out through the mouth. Swing the arms, yeah, enjoy yourself. Inhale, to a point, to a focus, and then let it out, let it go. So it's really feeling anything that's bothering you or something you just want to help move along in the system. This is the time to do it. Inhale, fresh new energy. Breathe it out, all that kind of nonsense, all that negativity, all of that kind of doubt. We just let it move along. We don't need it a lot of time. Let's do one more actually. And also anything that's kind of sticking, kind of occupying your mind, help it move along. It's going to move anyway, but we're just helping you. Come to the front of the mat. Just find your feet again. Take a moment of poise, feeling your posture. So tilting that pelvis, lift the chest, bring the weight onto the left foot. We're going to step back for triangle. So not such a big step, but also it's a significant step. A bit bigger for probably another step's worth for a warrior. Get the hips square, facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Feel that length. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, open the palms wide across the chest. Exhale, legs stay straight but not locked, reaching over to the left and then down. As that left arm comes down, the right arm goes up to the ceiling. You always have the option, of course, putting that, so you put the back of the hand onto the lower back here. And this also helps to, can you see how that encourages that opening of the chest? So this is the same, can you see it's the same here? One still has that right shoulder drop back where the other arm is elevated, but it makes it easier when you have your hand behind. So you can try that if you want to. Unlock the knees, press against the inside of that leg wherever it's reaching. You know, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to be the same as me because you're you. I'm taken. So are you taken? You've taken yourself. So your full expression of you. Find that in your body. Find that place where, yeah, this is sweet. This is a sweet spot in me right now. Good. And we use the inhale to come up. You might want to bend that left knee to soften that as you come up. And the exhale, the arms float down. So take some time to come out and think softly. Find that bit of rest in your practice. Bend into the right knee, come back to the front of the mat. Sink the right foot down, and we step back with the left. Same distance. Feet at right angles. Tilt the pelvis. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, open the palms up wide. Exhale, reaching over to the right. As the right hand goes down, the left arm goes up. Press against that inside of that right leg. Reaching up the fingers. And again, you can place the hand. The back of the hand rests just on the lower back there. Nice supportive feeling. And also that twist of the chest. So we're really sending that left shoulder back. It's almost like that left shoulder wants to sit behind. So we can have more openness here and lengthen the neck. If it's not, if it's sitting, you know, here, then we're going to end up having the shoulder right up by the neck and the ear. So you've got to keep that open. Soften the knees, unlock. Breathe deep. Dig deep with your breath. In and out through the nostrils always. Maintain that energy. Keep your focus with your breath. But keep that energy moving around the body. Use the inhale to come up. The arms come up, float up on the inhale. The exhale, the arms float down. Bend into the left knee, come back to the front of the mat. There we go. Have a little moment there. We're going to go directly into warrior 2. So put the weight onto the left foot. Big step back with the right. So that land, point those toes slightly forwards. Get the hips level. So nice and square. We're creating a square. Triangle's very very harmonious, and the square is very kind of solid and grounded. And dynamic, actually, breathing in. And breathing out, bring the arms come down to shoulder height, drop the shoulders down, inhale here, look down the left arm. As you exhale, bend into the left knee and press into the right foot. So we've got that evenness. A square, the dynamic of a square is from the evenness, 4 sides, even. And keeping that left knee out, opening the hip here. So have a sense of almost, by looking at that knee, you want to almost press on the inside so it's open and it's going in line, in the same line as your toes. At the same time, you press into that back foot. Outside of this right leg is strong, and we extend the fingers away from each other. That lift of the chest. So lengthening here again, dropping the shoulders down, lengthening here in the back of the neck, looking down that left arm into the distance. Keep sinking down a little bit more. So you're thinking about the body sinking down centrally rather than taking the body forwards all the time, anchoring, all the time anchoring. Breathe deeply. Soften the toes. Let go of the gripping of the toes, if that's what's happening. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms softly on the exhale. Find that nice softness to go with the dynamic. Bending the right knee. Come back to the front. Shift the weight into the right foot. Big step back with the left. Plant feet. That left heel is going back. Get the hips square. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Inhale, look down the right arm. Exhale, right knee is following the line of the toes, left foot, particularly the heel, is pressing back. We're extending the fingers away from each other evenly. So the chest is right in the middle, and we're extending away evenly each direction from the sternum. Have that sense always of being aware of all parts of the body here. Sinking down centrally, you can draw up the pelvic floor here. This really helps to keep that stability in the center of this dynamic. So you could have that as your focus, this pelvic floor. You can also have your heart as the focus. Good. Breathing in and out through the nostrils, looking down, the right arm beyond the fingers into infinity. And I feel that evenness, that balance, that stability, grounded, dynamic square shape we have with Warrior 2. Come up on the inhale. Lower the arms on the exhale softly. Find that softness. Bend into the left knee. And bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Come on there. Let's have a little shake up here. Shake up all the atoms again. So we have our knees nice and soft. Feet are comfortable distance apart. I'm going to start by shaking the knees, shaking the hips, shaking the shoulders. Notice how the arms are just floppy. So it's all happening in this part, this central rectangle, if you like. But you need to keep everything soft and fluid. We're going to breathe into the nostrils. And then, and the sound on the out breath really helps to just free yourself up. Create that freedom and spaciousness so you have more room to play. We're going to step back into Warrior 1 now. So again, find your feet. Bring the weight onto the left foot. Big step back, directly back. And if you find that's a bit scary and you didn't go so far, then you can always just shuffle that foot back or creep this foot forward. And also just find that distance between the feet here, widthways. So you see the back foot is pointing as far around as you can. The right hip forward, left hip back. Push that right heel down. Strong right buttock, you can see that. And this is tricky, but really try and point that tailbone down. So that's that pivot, that tilt of the hips there. Inhale, lift the arms up. Arms are going right up by the ears, not in front of you. So out of your line of vision there. And exhale, bend that left knee at the same time as that knee goes forwards. You push with the same emphasis into that right heel. So that's the dynamic, like a bow and arrow. And with the same emphasis, the fingertips are reaching up to the sky. And you can look up a space between the fingers there, between the hands. All the time sending the right hip forward, pulling the left hip back. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. Keeping that strength and power in this warrior. Stability and strength, grounded. Come up on the inhale. Lower the hands on the exhale. We'll just come into a forward bend here. So again, keeping your posture, you can either hold the back or reach up. Inhale, make yourself really long. As you come forwards, whether you're holding the back or not, strengthen the abdomen. Soften that left knee, the front knee. Come down over this leg, bend the knee a little bit actually, so that you can reach the ground. If you're on the fingertips, or if you have something on the ground, but make sure you have the hands in contact with something, either the ground or something on the ground. And then we lengthen the left leg. Push the big toe of the left foot into the ground, lift the left hip away up to the ceiling. So we create length and space between these 2 points. And of course, the most important thing is the breath. So we really take the breath seriously. We take ourselves seriously when we take the breath seriously. But this is our life. Strong, stable, continuous, this breath. But also, really subtle and vulnerable and delicate. Yeah, we have all this variation just in the breath, all this possibility. And just bend into the left knee and walk the hands up to the knee and walk the hands up the leg. And we just step forwards to the front of the mat. Get both feet even, then press the weight into the right foot. Big step back left. Get the hips even, so the right hip back, left hip forwards. Just twizzle that left foot so the toes are pointing more forwards than out to the side as much as you can. Also that tilt of the pelvis, so try and point the tailbone down, even if it's only a slight movement. Inhale, lift the arms up. Palms facing each other, reaching right up. Inhale, exhale, bending the right knee forwards, pushing into the left heel. Keeping this center strong. Drop the pelvic floor here, it's powerful. It will hold this all together. Then you have lower back, abdomen, and pelvic floor all together working together is a sort of trilogy, if you like, of power. And if we work these 3 together, then there's, that they will support and strengthen each other. Good. One more breath in and out. Use the next inhale to lift up, to lengthen that right leg. Exhale, the arms come down. And then we either find the back with the hands or reach up on the inhale and then come down forwards. Bend that front knee, the right knee, as you come to reach the ground into forward bend. And then we lengthen this right leg. So pressing the big toe into the ground, lifting that right hip or right sit bone, if you like, up into the ceiling. And we lower the body down. We lengthen and we breathe deeply. So inhaling, we might want to come away a little bit, maybe bend the knee. Exhaling, softening, letting go, releasing, lengthening the out breath. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Give it a little bit more breath. And then bend the knee, bring the hands to the knee and walk up the leg. And then just step forwards. Okay, give the legs a little bit of a shake. You're going to need that. And we're going to come into a squat to release those hips. As always, if your heels are on the ground, that's fine. If they're off the ground, they're like this, put something underneath the heels to support you. Otherwise, you're going to be imbalanced and not feel comfortable, and you won't be able to relax your head forwards. We want to release the neck, we want to release the back, we want to release the hips. Backs of the hands on the ground. It's a much more surrendered position, which is what we want here. And we're just bringing a bit more ease into the hips. If you find this really hard, then get a cushion or a little small stool, or even the edge of a low sofa. You can just perch your bottom up on that, just so you're starting to work into the squat, because everybody can learn to do this. It just might take a long time if you haven't done it for a while. It's natural, right? And breathe in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. In through the nostrils Out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Lifting the head up slowly, lifting the chest, bring the hands together in front of you, and start to lift the chest, and even then pressing the elbows into the inside of the knees, lifting the chest, lengthening the back of the neck, getting yourself seated really tall. If at this point you start falling back, then again, you can put something underneath your heels if that's helpful. Nothing you can do, if you find it too hard, maybe it's too sharp an angle for your knees, you can put cushions behind your knees. You could try lots of different things like that, or a yoga mat, put that behind you. That's also another thing. And then bring the hands to the ground. We push up into downward dog. So that is where the bent knees, body hanging forward. So for everything from the hips upwards is hanging. And again, this is a releasing breath into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let it go. Let it go. Just turn your head or nod your head, just to release the neck. Try one way first, maybe turning it, maybe then nodding, just to release it, release the tension. It encourages it there. One more breath in, just let the head become still, the neck come still. Out through the mouth, and then start to feel that lift coming from the base of the spine. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils, that the arms be nice and heavy. Knees are bent, we roll up slowly. Rolling up, breathing in and out, roll up through the spine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How's that feel? So coming into some more standing. In fact, we'll do some balancing. We're going to try tree today. So find your left foot planted. Once you find that planted, just have that standing knee slightly bent and turn the right knee out to the side. Right foot goes either on the ankle, on the calf. We avoid the knee, so you're either down there or up here. Pressing on the inside of the thigh, if you can make that. Opening up, really try and open up that knee to the side. Nice, and as you start to stand, you can start to straighten, lift up through the left thigh, pressing the foot into the ground as if there's roots going down. Then the inhale, the arms lift up, the palms come together above the head, and they come into the heart center. So this beautiful, poised, balance, but living posture. It's a tree balance. It's a perfect posture. It's always a slightly wobbly, and this is good because it's more natural. It's just like life, really. And try not to grip with the toes. So challenge yourself. Maybe lift the toes high off the ground and place them down. Also good exercise for your ankle and calf there. Lifting the chest, dropping the shoulders down, back of the neck long. Feel that crown you have, this beautiful spreading crown like the crown of a tree. And also feel the roots sinking down from the sole of the foot into the earth. Pressing the hands together evenly, breathing evenly, finding your point of focus. Yeah, staying focused. If you keep your eyes focused, but keep your breath spacious, this is what we're talking about. The breath is just flowing nice and steady in and out, but the focus of your vision is very one-pointed. This is where the postures can become little mini meditations, and your practice becomes a proper mindful practice. Coming out, we breathe in, we lift the arms up, we breathe out, letting the arms down, taking your time. Grab that right knee, lift it up, and then let it just drop slowly down. Give the legs a proper shake. Give them a proper shake. Just free up the legs before we come onto the right side, pressing the right roots going down. That right knee slightly bent. Let the left knee turn out. The foot's on the inside of the ankle or the calf, or high up onto the thigh. Opening up here. Opening, opening. Lift the arms up. Let's keep the arms out. I like this lovely. It's like a big yes. It's a big Y, you see? It's a big yes to the world. So we lift the chest long here. Drop the shoulders down. We lift here, the back of the neck, and we feel the crown. This crown chakra, Sahasrara, is open. And we express that through our hands and our arms. Arms are branches, the fingers like twigs. We imagine all this greenery just popping off all these twigs, all these branches. Beautiful, expressive crown going up into the light, and beautiful roots sinking down deep, strong, powerful roots going deep, deep, deep into the center of the earth. We are in the middle between the Mother Earth, Father Sky. We are that expression in the middle, thing that connects both. And just see if you can feel that with your eyes focused. One point of focus on the softness of the breath. Good. Feel that power you have. Inhale, bring the hands together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And just grab that left knee, give it a squeeze. See if you can lift it up before releasing it and letting it float down. Good. Shake both the legs again. Get the legs wide now. Good wide stance. We're going to do a wide leg ragdoll to bring some release, but also some more release into the hips. So we take our hands, actually we're going to try this way. So the hands and take them behind us. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale. We first of all just come into sort of a simple forward bend and leave the arms on the back. Then we'll do the ragdoll afterwards. So we'll just come into this movement first. Take the arms over the head so we can open these shoulders up. And also just release. Breathing in and out through the nostrils, so we're easily opening up the chest, the shoulders. The knees are just, they're not locked, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Not locked, so you could call them soft, but they're not bent. Good, getting a good squeeze between the shoulder blades here. And then we bring those hands to the back. We draw a circle on the back with the hands still interlinked. Then we draw a circle the other way, probably anti-clockwise on the back. And as we're doing that, bend the knees and slowly uncurl. Slowly uncurl to standing, so we're winding ourselves back up. And come to standing, nice and easy. Breathe in and breathe out. And then we're going to come back down again. So knees bent, this is proper ragdoll now. Wide leg ragdoll, let the arms hang, let the head hang, let everything hang onto the ground. Keep the knees really bent. Inhale through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth, let it go. Inhale through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Slowly rising up, keeping the knees bent, leaving the arms heavy, breathing in and out through the nostrils, rolling up through the spine, coming up to standing. Good. Okay. Steady yourself. And then we're going to turn the feet out. So now we're going to get a bit of fire burning through the system. So let's get the feet turned out about a 45-degree angle, checking that angle by taking the knees or opening the hips as wide as possible, taking the knees as wide as is okay for you. Bring the hands together. Keep this body upright so we're not leaning forwards and pushing the bottom out. We're keeping the base, the root underneath the head. Everything is staying vertical here from root to crown. So we're keeping the shoulders relaxed and down, open the chest, keeping this length here. And we're breathing in as we push up through the feet and out as the knees come out to the side. Just seeing if we can go a little bit lower each time. So you'll feel this in your thighs, you'll feel this in your root, in your pelvic floor, your abdominals, back will feel strong, heart open. Breathing out as you sink down, breathing in as you rise up. So let's just try this goddess now. We're all ready for that. Inhale, we reach up, looking up at the hands as they go, and then out. Arms out, nice right angles, knees out to the side. So it's very strong. And it's trying to make this rasping in the throat. Inhale. Good. Let's try a couple more of those. Inhale. Don't forget the eyes are wide, really expressive. Inhale. Good. And then bring the feet together. Shake the legs, shake the arms. Take the feet apart a little bit, as wide as your shoulders, knees bent. And we just come into these beautiful Tai Chi twists. Knees bent. Find the flow, fluidity, enjoyment of your breath, your body, of your aliveness in this moment. We are so fortunate to be alive, to have this experience of being a human being. Okay, so a little moment of gratitude for that life. So feet return to hips apart, soft knees or unlocked knees. Just finding your posture. Pressing the hands together lightly. Inhale. As you exhale, you point the fingers down to the ground. As you inhale, we reach up. And we look up and bring the hands together. So we bring the hands down to the center. So thinking a lot about gratitude and also the ancestors. This is probably a really powerful practice. It's just to give thanks, to give gratitude to our ancestors. And if we think about this, and what we're doing symbolically here, left and the right hand, imagine on the left side, all the mother line. And we're tracing that. On the right side, all the father line. And also, when we lift up, there's lots of other lines in this constellation, the adopted ancestors, the wisdom givers, the teachers who are in our constellation, if you like. So within that, we really give thanks for all the ancestors of bringing us into being, for all their struggles and sacrifices that they made for us. So, this is a good place to start with giving thanks and gratitude. And then anything else that comes into that, once we have that base, that base of being grateful to the ancestors and the teachers and the wisdom keepers, then we can open up to everything else that we feel appreciation and gratitude for. Really let it go. Speak it out loud, why not? Why not? Give it voice. It gives it 10 times more power when we give it voice. Even if it's just to ourselves, that's even more powerful. Inhaling and exhaling. This is the exhale. We come down through the center. And we're reaching out. So everything is in us. All of these ancestors brought us to where we are, made us who we are. Inhaling. And this last one, bring the hands to the center here. Let the hands just rest here at the heart. Close the eyes and just let yourself sense all of these support beneath the feet, at our back, around us, in us, of everything that came before, of everybody that came before. They're present within us. So we're never alone, not really. Just allow yourself to enjoy that feeling, that sense, support and guidance. Good. I'm going to drop the hands down. And we're going to come down here now in a little squat. So we bring the hands forwards. Fingertips stretching forwards, shoulders back. Inhale. As we exhale, the bottom goes back, the hands come forwards. Breathing in and out through the nostrils the whole time. Slowly as you can. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't worry, we're not going to come back up again. And then we land. We stretch the legs out in front of us, bounce the knees up and down. Ah, give the legs a little rub. Yeah, thank you, legs. We're saying thank you, being grateful for these legs. Carry us around, get us moving forwards through our lives. Then we're going to lift the right knee, bring it right up high, right up to the body, and let that right knee fall out to the side. If it's very high, put something underneath it, either block, book, cushions, to support it, so you're not feeling like you're holding it. But if it's quite comfortable there, then that's fine, don't need anything. Right foot on the inside of the thigh, sit up nice and tall, so you might want to just lift yourself up. Yeah, there you go. Left hand behind you, but not leaning back, close to your body. Right hand on the outside of this left knee. Lift up the sternum, lift from here. And you see how everything happens. Shoulders sit down, back of the neck gets nice and warm. And then the exhale begins, the belly comes around, then the ribs, then the chest, then the left shoulder, then the face. So we're just twisting around. Inhale, lengthen, lift the crown, exhale, twisting a little deeper. Just enjoying this, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just enjoy that spaciousness that you're creating. It might not feel too spacious because you're going to feel quite constricted because you're twisted. But you're creating more space by breathing deeply in a twist. So you'll feel that when you breathe in, and then when you breathe out and release, you feel like, oh yeah, there's much more energy moving around. So now we're going to come forwards. So in fact, we're just going to keep this gentle. But what it really maintains is upright, lengthened spine. If you can't feel your abdominals working, then you're not supporting the back. So then we just walk the hands forward and we lead with the heart. We lead here. Leading, walking the hands down, keeping the shoulders back. So rather than this, see this curve in the back, we want this. The chest is leading all the time. Come away from the leg a little bit, inhaling and exhaling, leading with the chest again. Have the hands on the ground or the leg, doesn't really matter. All the time breathing in, lengthening. So the lengthening is coming from here. You're taking that forwards. So the lengthening both ways, from the chest to the base, to the tail. The tail's going back towards the wall behind you. Makes a difference, that feeling of dynamic between 2 points. And they're going beyond the points of where they are physically. So we're extending beyond the head. We're extending back beyond the tail. And the heart is coming towards the toes all the time. Breathing in, come away from the leg a little bit. Give yourself more space. Exhale, coming down. Long exhale to give your body space. Good. Soften with that out breath. And then walk the hands back up the leg. Lift that right knee. Lift the left knee. Hug the knees. Bring the face to the knees. Have that sense of holding oneself. Breathing in through the nostrils. And exhale through the mouth. Yeah, as I was saying, the very beginning of the practice, embracing ourselves. Embracing. We do that with our yoga. The yoga embraces us. So we embrace it when we practice. You know, enjoyment is embracing. Extend the right leg out now. Draw that left knee in. Take draw the left knee in. Take the knee out to the side. Support it. If you're, if it's up here somewhere, support that knee. What we're doing is supporting the hip really. Inside, the foot goes on the inside of the thigh. Right toes pointing towards the ceiling, lifting the chest, strong belly. Right hand comes behind here. On the fingertips or on the hand or somewhere in between. Left hand on the outside of that right knee. Inhale, lift, strong belly, strong back. Exhale, belly coming around. Ribs, chest, shoulder. Inhale, lift the crown. Remember that silver thread coming from the center, the top of your head, your crown. And exhaling, twisting or moving into the space that the body is offering for you. Good. Breathe long and deep. This will really make all the difference. Take your breath seriously. This is where it's at. This should be the focus. Keeping focus. Keep your focus on the breath. If you just do that this week, just keep a little bit more of your focus on your breath. How am I breathing? Every now and again, maybe even just once a day. How's my breath? Let it become a habit. One more breath in and untwist to the front. Good. So there are good habits we can form. The habits take time. We have to keep repeating. So every time you think of it, just repeat again. So pay attention to the breath, or think about your posture, or smile, or whatever it is, or bring a focus into your feet. All these little tiny things that you can help you refocus. So we just walk the hands down the leg, leading with the chest. And we take the hands to the ground or to the leg, whichever you feel like. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, breathing deeply. Take an inhale, lift away from the leg, exhaling. Taking the chest, taking the heart forwards. Breathing in and out. And then we just walk the hands up the leg again. Lift the left knee, lift the right knee, hug the knees. Bring the face to the knees. Relax the back of the neck. Inhale through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Inhale through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Good. And we come into our little cosmic egg. So take the hands around the front of the knees. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders back and down, back of the neck really long. So again, engaging this front of the body here, whilst engaging the back and front. Come onto the tippy toes, and then take the toes off the ground. Close your eyes. Once you've found that balance point, close your eyes. Make sure you're not sitting back on the sacrum. Instead, we're sitting forwards onto the sit bones. So it requires that bit of extra effort. You know, that difference, that's kind of like nothing's happening here apart from, you know, not really using the strength in my abdomen, whereas here, it's brightness here, brightness, alertness, yes, there's something happening, strengthening that area. We can even use your pelvic floor too. Again, strengthening that powerhouse, that triple power. Close your eyes for a moment. Triple power of the pelvic floor, lower back, and abdominals all together, creating this kind of power. And release, feet come to the floor, slide the legs away. Let's just bounce the knees up and down a little bit. Yeah, just enjoying that release, that freedom in the legs. And we're going to slowly lay the body down. Stretch the fingers towards the toes and slowly descent. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Keep extending your fingers towards the toes. Keep reaching for them. Keep making that effort. Keep breathing. Right to the end. See if you can just keep staying with it until everything is relaxed. Just take a moment, let the feet fall out to the sides, arms fall out to the sides. Just let yourself flop like nothing. And then inhale through the nostrils, and out through the mouth. And then do that again. Inhale through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Yeah, give it some sound, sigh. And then breathe in again. Press the small of the back into the ground, draw the knees up, hug the knees, rock and roll, side to side. First of all, side to side. Yeah. Give your body a treat. It's like the reward section. Make the effort, and this is the reward, the feedback. And then we draw a circle on the ground with the knees. Inhaling as you breathe in, exhaling as you, no, inhaling as you take the knees away, inhaling as you breathe in as well. Exhaling as you draw the knees into the body. And you can draw as big a small circle as you like. If you want a bigger circle, you just let the knees float away. Really pull them in tight. You can use your hands, or you can let them be free. So really taking some time to keep this movement steady, even. Breath is steady and even. And change direction. Inhaling as your knees go away. Exhaling as the knees come in. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. You can even close your eyes and just feel into this movement. What is this doing for your back? How does it feel? What areas feel they need a little bit of pressure? And then hug the knees. Push the heels up to the ceiling, push the fingertips to the ceiling, draw the toes towards you, really get a good stretch in the backs of the legs. And then we'll rotate the wrists and ankles all at the same time. Breathing, feeling some freedom. I'm going to rotate the other way now as well. Just enjoy that. And then bend the knees and hug the knees once more. Let's extend the left leg out, but keep the right leg bent into the chest. Right hand on the front of the right knee, left hand lower down onto the ankle. And we're just kind of, loosen up that hip, just in quite an organic way. So it's not in straight lines. You might want to start by just rocking it in and out. That's a really nice thing to do, and it's supported like that. That's kind of, it's almost like drawing a little arc with the knee there. But even this isn't a straight line. We're just easing out. Then we might want to play around a little bit with that. I want to see what that does. Just enjoying and moving freely and supporting. Maybe you'll just see what happens here. Sometimes these kind of freestyle movements are some of the best things. And when you've, particularly after you've done a little bit of practice, then you're going to be much more in a body space and you're less likely pushing or deciding what happens. It's more led by the body. And then we're going to extend that right heel up to the ceiling, take hold behind the right thigh. You have a volume control if that feels too strong. If you can't, extend the right leg and push the heel up, then just put the left foot on the ground with a knee bend. That's all you have to do. Otherwise, you can just stay here and let the leg fall towards you, just using the gravity. If you feel like, well, that's really easy, I can actually reach the back of my calf quite easily without straining and also without losing that stretch in the back of the legs, because then there's no point. You really want to keep this push with the heel. So we're getting a nice openness in the hamstring, which is very desirable. Then we want to get lots of openness here, strength, and also equally we want the strength in the front, the thigh, the quad there. So we get the balance in the body. Then we bend that right knee, draw it in, just squeeze out that tension. Left hand on the right knee, because we're going to take it over to the left. So we take the right arm out to the right, palm down, and then we take that right knee over to the left, take it right over the body. So we're in a quite strong twist. That left hand can rest on the outside of the knee or the thigh. Even rub that leg a little bit, quite nice. And the head or the face turns towards that right hand. So you see there's a twist in the spine because the head's going one way and the knee is going the other way. And when you're here, just close your eyes and breathe into that twisted spine. So a good way to do that is imagining as you inhale that you're drinking up air as if you were drinking up from a straw into the base of the spine. It's traveling up the back, right up through the center, right up through the chest, through the throat, right to the top of the head. And then as you breathe out, it's going back down the same way, kind of this lovely kind of spiral. And breathe deeply. Have that very physical, deep breath where you can feel the movement in your body. Feel your chest expanding, your lungs, your belly, your back. Feel your breath, hear your breath. Take your breath seriously. And then use the inhale to slowly bring yourself back to the center. Squeeze that knee in. One last time. Place the sole of the foot on the ground. Slide that leg away. Just notice the difference. This is feeling really energized now. And then we bend that left knee, bring it into the body. Left hand around the front of the knee, right hand lower down. Give that a little squeeze. And then we're going to just rock it and roll it. So, you can just, first of all, do this little, what I call this little arc, it feels like you're just rocking it in and out, but actually what you're doing is making a little arc shape in the hip, because there's no straight lines in the body. It's all curves. Even if it might look kind of straight, no, it's always made in spirals and circles, everything. If you look at any bones, if you see any bones in any body, any animal or human, it's all twisted, spiraling forms. Much stronger like that. Good. And once you've kind of played around a little bit, finding the flow and the movement in that hip, breathing all the time, then we can just send that left heel up to the ceiling, take hold behind that left thigh. Nice and solid there, supportive. And it's not about pulling that leg towards you, it's just about releasing. So you really want to keep that left heel pushed up towards the ceiling. Draw the toes towards you and create this length here. Again, you've got the volume control here. Okay. You can take hold behind the calf if you want to. And then bend the knee again. This is our strong twist. So right hand comes onto the left knee, goes over the body. Left hand goes out to the left, makes up a bit more space. And the left knee goes over to the right. So we're taking the left arm and the face, the eyes are going to the left, and the knee is going over to the right. Rest the hand on the outside of this leg, maybe on the knee, and turning the head right over to the left, looking down the left arm, and then closing your eyes. Breathing into the twist. So again, this deep, meaningful breath. Good. Breathe deeply. Really hear and feel the breath. Feel the physicality of your breath. Feel the force, the power. It has so much power, so much potential, your breath. And then we slowly, breathing in and out, we just lift the knee to center, lift the head to center, give it another squeeze there. Place the sole of the foot on the ground, slide that leg away. Give yourself a full extension, arms above the head. Bring the legs together, point the toes, breathing in. Yeah, just extend, just enjoy that lovely extension. Feel that extension through the abdominals, whole the body getting a good expansion. Push the heels away, draw the toes up towards you. Breathing out, breathing in, point the toes. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're just enjoying that little bit of, how's the body feel now? We can just enjoy basking in our open, expansive body. The arms rest on the ground, just kind of, just let the legs roll in and out, just relax them and let the feet fall out to the side. Arms out, up above the head, but the arms are, elbows are bent, just to keep a nice softness in the arms. Inhale through the nostrils, breathing out through the nostrils. The arms are coming forward through space. Let's just do a few more of these. This is just to slow everything down before we come into relaxation. Inhale and exhaling, arms coming forward. So just doing this in time with your breath, and I definitely would recommend closing your eyes. Inhaling, the arms come up. The end of the inhale, the arms reach the ground. And the exhaling through the nostrils, arms coming back through space. We're really being with our breath, knowing that, just because we're coming towards the end of our practice, rather than letting the mind, I know it because it's what happens to everybody. Mind is thinking about what's next, what's for dinner, what I've got to do, all the worries and everything. So we start letting everything else, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. But try just for this once, just to stay with what you're doing, as if you were just beginning the session. Just stay with every breath. Every time your mind wanders off into planning or future stuff. And this is the practice, so when we practice this, we're trying to create new habits, new mind patterns. And this is what is transformational. This is where things really change. We can actually change our minds, but we have to practice. And it almost feels too simple, too simplistic. It can't be just about focusing on the breath. It's just being mindful of the normal mind habits and create new ones. We can't fight the old habits, we just create new ones. So they start to take up the space where the old habits used to be. Old habits being things like ruminating on normal mind stuff, negativity, all the sort of rubbish that reels around, rather than using the power of the mind to think. And then we're just going to finish by hugging the knees here one last time. Yeah, have a nice sigh. Out through the mouth. The legs slide away, arms fall away from the body, lying in Shavasana. Give it up now. Give up everything. Close your eyes. And we just take a minute here. It's only a minute, so you may as well completely give yourself to that minute. Let's commit to that minute of your life, just to do nothing. And know that everything is taken care of. Closing the eyes and letting the breath move in and out of your body through your nostrils. You're not doing anything to your breath. It's just happening. Feeling the ground beneath you, feeling the support, nourishment, warmth of the earth beneath you. And feeling the spaciousness and the light and the energy of the sky above you, holding you in between the two. And giving you everything you need, more than you need. Just feel yourself held in that space just for this moment. And just for this moment, really accept that that is true. I have everything I need. I am everything I need. I am supported, loved, and protected in this life. So now we come back to the day. We come back to the day transformed, I hope. Transformed a little bit. That's the thing. You know, we're always just one yoga class away from a good mood. That's what I always feel. So coming back to your seat, have a look around you. Take it in through your eyes, fresh new eyes, hopefully. Feel your breath, feel your body, look at your body, be grateful for this body, for this life. You know, put this breath in us. Have the palms together. Sensitivity in the hands and the fingers, and the power in the hands. It's healing power, which we can give to ourselves. We bring that to the heart center, one palm on top of the other. Close your eyes and bring to mind your intention, your sankalpa, positively framed phrase or sentence. Say that to yourself with real purpose, meaning, love, clarity. And just say that to yourself. Let it go like a seed planted in this space of the heart. Namaste. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for your practice today.